I think Harry's a f***ing twat. Like, my life was so hard. Everybody's f***ing life is hard. Yeah, you were the prince of a goddamn country who dressed up as a f***ing Nazi, and now you're trying to come back as the Pope? Suck it.
Damn! Harry is an idiot. He signed up to fight in the Afghanistan war. That was a dumb move. You're a f***ing prince. What are you doing that shit for?
He's a whining, whinging, complaining, woe is me, I'm the only one that's ever had mental problems.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment.
Kelly Osbourne just called Harry a whining twat for constantly playing the victim and acting like he's the only one who's ever had problems. And not only that, she also destroyed Meghan by pointing out they've been handed every major opportunity and completely failed to deliver.
You've been handed the world and every major contract, you had podcasts, you have all of this, and you didn't deliver because
there's nothing to deliver.
Yeah, because you don't have it. And that's okay. And I think they do have a right to privacy, but that doesn't seem to me what they're looking for.
Kelly's assessment was brutal but accurate. They had Spotify, Netflix, major platforms, and millions of dollars in backing, yet they couldn't produce anything substantial. When someone from a family as dysfunctional as the Osbournes is calling you out for wasting opportunities, that's when you know you've really messed up. Speaking of Meghan affecting people, one moment was so heartbreaking that I've been watching it on repeat since yesterday. Alexandra Daddario revealed how Meghan literally ruined her life by doing something so unhinged that it truly makes me sick. We'll get to that story in a bit. But first, we need to see what Kelly's mother Sharon has been saying about Meghan and Harry lately. And let me tell you, she is not holding back.
You know, they were given far too much importance because what do they do?
And Sharon wasn't the only one thinking this. The entire industry felt the same way, which became obvious when Joe Coy delivered his Golden Globes joke.
Turns out Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will still get paid millions of dollars for doing absolutely nothing. And that's just by Netflix.
The room full of celebrities laughed because everyone knew the numbers. Their $100 million Netflix deal produced a documentary that got decent views initially, but then what? Archewell Productions has been mostly silent since, while Netflix keeps paying. Many in the industry went further, calling Meghan out for what they believe was the real reason behind the marriage.
I said Meghan Markle is, of course, a lifelong feminist, which she's demonstrated by marrying a prince and giving up her job.
Before Harry, Meghan was a supporting actress on a cable show making around $50,000 per episode. After Harry, she's negotiating deals worth hundreds of millions. The career trajectory speaks for itself. But Sharon wasn't done exposing the patterns in their behavior, particularly around why they can't seem to move forward.
You've got a great life. You've got a beautiful family. You're so much in love. Move on. Get a life. Move on. And they just can't seem to because their living is by telling their truth on the royal family. That's how they make their living.
Look at their actual output. Harry's memoir Spare sold well initially, but was mostly about royal grievances. Their Netflix documentary was about leaving the royals. Their Oprah interview was about royal racism claims. Every project circles back to the same content.
It's all just craziness going around and around, and he's turned his life and the royal family's life into a soap opera.
Spare revealed private conversations with King Charles and William, details about physical altercations, and intimate family moments. That's not memoir writing, that's turning your family into a product to monetize.
Cuddly, lovey, holding hands, going everywhere together. It's so disingenuous. It's like, come on.
Compare their constant hand-holding and cuddling to William and Kate, who've been married longer but rarely display affection at official events. Or even other celebrity couples who don't need to prove their relationship at every appearance. Perhaps Sharon's most devastating observation concerned their children's future.
You just think about her children. They have no family. They have their grandmother, Meghan's mum. That's it. There's no cousins, no aunts and uncles, no other grandparents. There's two little babies that have grown up that will never meet or know their cousins because they're not growing up with them.
Archie is 5 years old and has reportedly met King Charles only a handful of times. Lilibet was named after the Queen, but barely knew her. These kids will grow up as Americans with no connection to half their heritage or family. Sharon had even more observations about their fundamental problems.
I think they're totally lost. You know, one minute they're making a cartoon, then they're doing a documentary on them, now they're saving the world. They just haven't found their path in life yet.
Sharon's highlighting a real pattern here. First, they announced Archewell Audio with Spotify in 2020, which got canceled soon after. Then came the Netflix deal with documentaries. Then Meghan launched American Riviera Orchard, her lifestyle brand. They keep launching projects without finishing the previous ones, and even animated satire shows picked up on their most glaring contradictions.
We just want to be normal people. All this attention is so hard.
Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines?
South Park nailed the fundamental issue. They claim to want normalcy while Meghan maintains a Hollywood career. You can't have your own TV show, attend fashion events, and hang out with celebrities while complaining about too much attention.
What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving wife has always wanted her privacy!
The Instagram-loving wife line hit hard because the evidence backs it up. When Meghan launched American Riviera Orchard on Instagram, it got massive attention and follower counts, proving she knows exactly how to leverage social media when it serves her business interests. British satire show Spitting Image made a similar observation about their California lifestyle.
In California, we're just a regular couple living close to Oprah and far from the paparazzi. Woo! But not too far.
They moved to Montecito, one of the most expensive and celebrity-dense areas in America, right near Oprah. That's not seeking privacy, that's seeking the right kind of attention from the right people. Even respected commentator John Oliver couldn't hide his assessment of their capacity for growth.
I don't think they will change because I don't think they have the capacity to, but they obviously should.
Coming from Oliver, who usually stays measured, this was damning. He's essentially saying they're stuck in their patterns and lack the self-awareness to break out of them. Sharon then delivered one of her most ominous predictions.
It's going to end very, very badly. And I don't know why. It's like history repeating itself.
Sharon's watched enough celebrity marriages implode to recognize the warning signs. The constant need for validation, the isolation from family, needing controversy to stay profitable. It rarely ends well. She also called out their approach to handling family matters publicly.
I haven't from day one been into the fact of, talking about private things that went on in the royal family when they were a part of it. And the thing is, it's just their point of view. We haven't had the other point of view.
The royal family has stayed completely silent throughout all of Harry's book revelations and interview claims. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan control the entire narrative through their media appearances, giving only their perspective.
Don't bring it to the public. Nobody wants to know about it. Every family has problems. Keep it to yourself.
Sharon's laying down basic family principles that most people understand. Every family has dysfunction and problems, but you handle them privately instead of turning them into public entertainment for profit. But even all this industry criticism was nothing compared to Alexandra Daddario's story about Meghan. What she said was so heartbreaking that I genuinely feel bad for her. We'll get to it in just a bit. First, you need to hear what Sharon suggested Meghan should do about her relationship with her father.
Should she go to her father? Yes, she should. I didn't talk to my father for 18 years. He used me in his companies and all of that.
Sharon's setting up a comparison that exposes the difference between real grievances and perceived ones. Her father used her in his business dealings and caused her genuine financial harm, yet she still believes Meghan should reconcile with Thomas.
Millions and millions I had to pay because my father got me in the crap. But the situation is, when he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, I went to him and took care of him because he's my father.
This is where the contrast becomes devastating. Sharon paid millions because of her father's actions, suffered real damage, yet still forgave him and became his caregiver when he got sick. Meanwhile, Meghan cut off her father over him staging paparazzi photos and talking to the press, mistakes that didn't cost her anything financially. If Sharon's story made Meghan look bad, hearing from Meghan's actual father made it exponentially worse.
There are axe murderers in prison. Their family comes to see them, right? I mean, I'm not an axe murderer. I made one dumb mistake and I'm never being forgiven for it.
Thomas is making a devastating point here. Even convicted criminals get family visits in prison. He made one mistake by staging paparazzi photos before the wedding, and he's been permanently exiled for it. That's a level of unforgiveness that's hard to justify.
I think she's taking advantage of a very weakened man and getting him to say things that you just shouldn't be saying on television.
Thomas sees what many others have observed, that Harry seems to be under Meghan's influence, saying things on television that damage his own family relationships. This assessment matches what Tim Dillon and others have said about the dynamic. The most painful moment came when Thomas was asked directly about his relationship with Meghan.
Do you still love your daughter?
Of course I do. I love my children. I love my other daughter. I love my son. Of course I love them.
Do you think she still loves you?
Like I said, I haven't spoken to her since I was laying in a hospital bed 2 days before they got married.
Thomas had a heart attack 2 days before the wedding and was hospitalized. That was the last time he spoke to his daughter. She married Harry, moved to California, had 2 children, and never contacted him again, not even to check if he survived.
Do you worry that you might never meet these two grandchildren?
July 18th, I'll be 77 years old. Most of the Markle men don't make it much past 80. So there's a good chance I might never see my grandchildren.
Thomas is 77 years old with limited time left, and he's coming to terms with the reality that he may die without ever meeting his grandchildren. Archie and Lilibet will grow up not knowing their grandfather existed. Despite everything, Thomas offers surprisingly reasonable advice.
Do you have any advice for Harry?
Yeah, stop talking about the royals. Stop giving away all the secrets about the royals, and love your children and love your wife, but also love your grandmother and love your father.
And your father-in-law.
Even after being cut off completely, Thomas isn't bitter toward Harry. He's giving him genuine advice to stop attacking the royals publicly and to focus on family. This makes Meghan's permanent exile of her father look even more extreme by comparison. After hearing from her own father, the final story shows how Meghan's presence affects even random celebrities.
Is this true that Meghan Markle has ruined your workout regime? Is this true? If so, how?
Yes, she has.
How?
James Corden seemed genuinely confused about how Meghan could possibly ruin someone's workout routine. The answer was both simple and absurd.
Well, she came into New York last weekend,
Yeah.
and she went to a yoga place called Moto Yoga, which is my yoga place. It's where I always go.
Alexandra's talking about Moto Yoga in New York, a studio she's been going to regularly. It's her personal space, her routine, and then Meghan showed up.
They have places in LA and New York, but now that she went there, everyone's going to want to go there, and there's not going to be any room. It's going to be harder to get into.
This is the perfect example of the Meghan effect. She visits one yoga studio one time, and suddenly it becomes impossible for regular people to get in because of the inevitable influx of fans, paparazzi, and celebrity chasers. Alexandra can't even maintain her own workout routine anymore because Meghan's presence turns everything into a circus. What we've witnessed isn't just comedy or criticism, it's complete rejection from every angle. From Kelly Osbourne's brutal honesty to Sharon's systematic breakdown to Thomas Markle's heartbreaking pleas, we've seen how Meghan and Harry have alienated everyone around them. The consequences go beyond being roasted by Hollywood. When your own father is doing public interviews about being cut off from his grandchildren, when industry insiders question your capacity for change, and when random celebrities complain you're ruining their daily routines, you've become the problem everyone wants to avoid. Thomas Markle is 77 years old and may never meet Archie or Lilibet. Alexandra Daddario can't go to her own yoga studio anymore. The entertainment industry has turned them into content rather than treating them as serious entrepreneurs. Every relationship seems to end the same way, with distance, disappointment, and public criticism. This is what happens when you can't forgive a father's mistake but expect the world to forgive yours. When you demand privacy while courting publicity. When you isolate your children from their family while claiming to protect them. When even your own father is publicly pleading to see his grandchildren and random celebrities are complaining about your presence, how do you come back from being universally rejected? What do you think about the entire Meghan and Harry situation? Do you think Thomas Markle will ever meet his grandchildren, or is this rift permanent? Let me know in the comments below and subscribe if you want to catch more royal drama as it unfolds.